Good morning, students. Welcome back to online classes. Today we'll start the next chapter, computer virus. In this chapter, we'll discuss about what is computer viruses, how the computer virus will spread, what are the different types and different forms of computer viruses, and how we can prevent our system from infecting computer virus. Now, first we'll discuss what is computer virus. A computer virus is a maliciously written computer program that causes unwanted things to happen on a computer. That is, files won't open, data will appear as a garbage, unwanted messages keep coming, computer becoming extremely slow, etc. These all are the things that will happen once a computer virus infects our system. Generally, it is a computer program written by some programmer itself. Now we'll see what are the symptoms of computer virus and harm causes. That means how we'll be able to know that our system is infected with a computer virus. The first one, a computer goes slow. That means if our system becomes slow, then there might be chances that a virus is there in our system. Next, if we are not getting any response from mouse click or keyboard commands when we are trying to open a file or start some applications, then in that case also it may be possibility that a virus is there in a system. Next, a computer system gets hanged or crashes or reboots, that means restarts for no reasons. In that case also there are the chances that a virus is there in our system. Sometimes if we are not able to access the data stored on a storage device, that means a virus is there in a system. Sometimes if we are unable to use the peripherals, that means hardwares like printer or scanner, even though they are installed and connected with the system, that means virus is there in our system. Sometimes if a storage messages or a pop-up windows start showing up automatically without any reasons, even though spaces are there, and then also we are getting a message for storage full, then definitely a system is infected by a virus. Sometimes some unwanted advertising starts showing up, that means virus is there. If you are trying to install or download a software and then we are not able to install it properly, or if we are getting some kind of error message even though the system all the softwares are proper, then the chances are there that the virus is there in our system. Your stored data are not visible anymore, that means the data is deleted by a virus. These are the different symptoms or a harm caused of a computer virus. Now we'll see how exactly the computer virus spread from one system to another system. First one, when an infected file gets run or opened, a computer virus program makes a copy of itself and resides in a memory. That means if any infected file with a virus we are opening, then a virus will make a copy of itself and permanently stored into the computer memory. Once the file is copied, then a computer virus itself makes a copy of itself again and again in the system. Then after that, whenever we are opening any application or a file, or if we insert an external device like a pen drive to the system, then it will automatically copy to open or program and copy onto disk drive attached with the system. Sometimes the virus will also be shared by emails. If we click on the link given in the email or try to open or run the attached file, then there might be chances that the viruses are there in that particular file and a system will be infected by the virus. So it is suggested not to open any mail which are not known to you. Now we'll see the types of computer viruses. Mainly there are two different types. First one is a boot sector virus and second one is a program file virus. A boot sector virus infects boot sector by adding its code there. So every time computer boots, this virus also gets loaded in the memory and start infecting other files. That means in a system, this file will be copied. Whenever we'll start our system, it automatically start the virus also and start infecting other program and files. Next is a program file virus. Program file virus infects the executable files or compressed file. That means the file with .dexe extension. It gets loaded in the memory every time infected file or program is run or open, and then our system will be infected. Next is the antivirus. Or what is antivirus? An antivirus software is a computer program that detects, prevents, and takes action to disarm or remove malicious software such as virus and worms. So basically, this antivirus is a program which can delete virus completely from our system. Now we'll see what are the basic functions of the antivirus. First, it checks if a boot sector has some malicious code attached. That means if in the boot sector some malicious code or virus is attached, then it will detect the virus first and then deletes it automatically. Next, it scans an incoming mail for attached viruses. That means if the antivirus is there in a system, every email which we are receiving which will be scanned by the virus, and if virus will be detected, then it will be deleted automatically. Next, it also monitors the file as they are opened or created to make sure they are not infected. It also performs a periodic scans of every file on the computer. So sometimes if the virus comes, then at that time if the antivirus is not activated, as long as it will be activated, it will detect the virus and deletes if they are in the system. Even though antivirus are there, there are some ways to prevent a computer from the viruses. So definitely we have to follow all that ways so that our system remains safe. First one is never use a foreign disk or a CD without scanning it for the viruses. That means if any outside devices or disk will be connected to the system, then first we have to scan for the viruses. Next, always scan files downloaded from internet or from some other sources also, so that if the viruses will be there, it will be detected and the files will be deleted automatically. Never boot your PC from an external drive unless you are certain that it is a virus free, because when we'll boot or start our system, at that time it will be difficult for the antivirus to scan that device. So first scan the external device or drive and then boot your PC from that particular scanned drive. Next, always protect your disk with the password so that nobody can open your disk without your permission and it will remain safe. Always use licensed software, because in the licensed software virus will not be there, and there are the chances that the viruses are attached with some free softwares which we are downloading from the internet. So it is better to use the licensed software. Next, protect your PC with some password also, so that it will prevent an unattended modification to your system. That means if some engineers will come to your update or modify your systems without your presence, then first you have to enter the password. Without your permission, they will not able to start your system. Next, it is better to install and use antivirus software always, and we have to keep our antivirus software up to date so that the new viruses will also be scanned. Now we'll see different forms of viruses. Mainly, there are 5 different forms of viruses. The first one is the worms. A worm is a self-replicating program. A worm keeps on creating its copies until all the disk space or memory is filled. That means if a worm is there in our system, then it will make a number of copies of the same file again and again, and at one point our memory will be filled up. Next is a malware. A malware is a general term used to refer to viruses, worms, spyware, adware, etc. In other words, it is unwanted software that someone else wants to run on your computer. Malware infects your computer, making it behave in a way which you do not approve. That means if a malware is there in your system, then it will be controlled by some other user. Next is the spyware. Spyware is a software which is installed on your computer to spy on your activities and report this data to people willing to pay for it. These are used to spy on someone either for legal or illegal purposes. That means if the spyware is there in your system, then complete activity will be monitored by some other users. Next is a Trojan horse. A Trojan horse is a program that appears harmless but actually it performs malicious functions such as deleting or damaging files. So initially we may think that this Trojan horse is a harmless, but actually it performs some malicious functions such as deleting or damaging of files, and that we'll be able to know later on. Next is a sweeper. This is another malicious program used by the crackers. It sweeps, that is, deletes all the data from your system. That means if the sweeper is there in your system, then your data will be deleted completely from the system and you have to reinstall the systems again. So with this we complete the chapter. Thank you. Here are some homework questions that you have to write in your notebook. Answers of each and every questions are already there in the video. Thank you and stay safe.